Hello, HumFog students. Let's look at a sample MLA research paper complete with works cited page. So the first thing that you should do when you have your paper and your works cited page is you should definitely look at the works cited page. You should have been referring back to your works cited page as you were doing your paper, because the works cited page, everything that's on it must be cited in your paper. You must have a parenthetical citation. Also, if something's cited in your paper, it must be on your works cited page. So those two things go together. Now, as far as parenthetical citations, you must have created the works cited page first. Okay, so you have to have all your citations created first, because whatever comes first on a works cited page is usually going to be what you cite parenthetically. Okay, so if this, notice in this example that my citation starts off with quotation marks automatically. So guess what? When you see a parenthetical citation for it, it's going to be quotation marks parenthetically in the parentheses. Now, as you've seen, there are several different ways to have parenthetical citations. Sometimes you actually do a kind of introduction, and because you say what the source is, you don't need, and because it's like a web source with no page number, and because of that reason, you've given me enough information to figure out the source, and so you don't actually need like the parentheses. So for this for an example of something like maybe this, and if I said something like this is a web page, so it could be that instead of having parentheses Tynan before the period, then maybe in my paper I say, according to Daniel Tynan, and there's a lot of better ways to say it than that, but because of that I would be able to trace the path back here, and I wouldn't necessarily need the parentheses with the Tynan close parentheses period, because I've already said that. So let's look at a couple of the citations here. So you will notice here that an example of it is in this second paragraph. In his book, The Naked Employee, Frederick Lane, so I could look back at my works cited page, and I'll see one that starts with Lane, and this is a book. So in that case, I would need to give the page number, and you'll notice there that I do that. It's a little bit later on here in this long quote, and notice that long quotes are set off separately with the period, and actually the page number is coming afterwards. It's like the only time that it's done that. So we have several other ones, several other examples of parenthetical citations. This is one that I really want you to focus on, and you'll notice in this one it says the website of a vendor for Spectre Pro, and then there's a quote, and then, well, where did you get this from? It's from the article titled Automatically, and notice that even though it's in the parentheses, it's still in quotation marks. And as I go down to my works cited page, guess what? I find a listing that starts off automatically in quotation marks. So having that citation created, first of all, is very, very, very critical, and you're going to have to refer back to it. So you'll notice as I go through here that in some cases I'll have a page number. If it's an article with a page number, you must say the page number, or it's a book, same thing. I will point out that JSTOR articles do have page numbers, so you know, for the most part, so you need to have that page number listed. Okay, so you have that. So as you go down here, and I will have this on the LibGuide for you to work at, but there is you'll also notice another critical fact, and that's that even when it's not a direct quote. So in this case, as a 2005 study by Salary.com and America Online indicates, you'll notice here I have my parenthetical citation. It's not a direct quote, but I still have a parenthetical citation, and that is critical, because even if you paraphrase it and you've put it in your own words, you still need to have the citation there. You still need to say, this is my source, because it's not your own idea. So I will put this example MLA format paper on the LibGuide for you to look at. Any questions, please ask me or your teacher, and we'll do our best to help you. Talk to you later.